news. It has been a while, but I am back, and we have a lot of exciting news to talk about. So let's get right to it, actually. Um, so it is Sunday, December 9th, and on Thursday, December 6th, was the Video Game Awards. Something I watch every year. I really enjoy it. I think it's super fun. I like what happens there. So yeah, something that always comes up. So, at the Video Game Awards, Red Dead Redemption won 3 awards and is tied for the most awards won that night. Red Dead Redemption got Best Narrative, which I'm kind of iffy on. I think the narrative in Red Dead is more of a grind than I do think it's impressive. But I'm only halfway through, I guess, because I'm on chapter 4. But yeah, the audio design, they got best audio design, which is awesome. I love running around in there and getting, you can hear like the animals, and you can identify which animal is which, and then you're gonna go hunt it down, collect its pelt. That's really cool. And then music and score. I don't even know about the music in the game. I don't listen for it. It comes up a couple times in a cutscene, but I don't think the music and scores was that impressive. But it was good enough to win the best music and score. Followed by Red Dead Redemption 2, Celeste won 2 awards. It got Best Indie Game and Best Games for Impact. I don't know a lot about Celeste. It sounds like it's some game that brings awareness to mental health, which which is awesome. I think Hellblade was awesome last year, and I think it got the award for Games for Impact. So really cool to see the games that talk about mental health and be able to broach that subject are always good games. And so I guess I'll have to pick up Celeste. Fortnite won 2 video game awards last night, or not last night, but at the Video Game Awards. It won 2 Best Ongoing Game, which I could definitely see because like they've been really cranking out the seasons, and every season feels different. I think the last one had like ghost form, and you can like turn into a ghost and disappear. And then this season's it's got the snow and the plains, and they introduced like golf carts a couple seasons ago. So it's really been changing it up, keeping it fresh. So I do think that Fortnite wins best ongoing game, and best multiplayer game was the second one it won. And then after that, there's just a couple other shout outs that I like. Dead Cells got best action game, which totally deserves. Dead Cells was one of the better games last year, or this year, I guess. Monster Hunter World won Best RPG. Awesome. Freaking Monster Hunter World's awesome. Spent so much time. I'd never played a Monster Hunter game, so just getting in there, experiencing this open world, like crafting system to make yourself better. It really felt like a really good RPG. Into the Breach won Best Strategy Game. I think I played that on stream once or twice, but I love it on my Switch. And I just enjoy the game. I like turn-based strategy and like tactics-based games. And Into the Breach was a very good and deep best strategy game. And then Overcooked won Best Family Game. Or Overcooked 2. I've been playing the crap out of that. I think I played that on stream. Me and my fiance love these games. So really happy to see them walk away with Best Family Game. But most of all, at the end of the night, God of War walked away with three game awards, tied with Red Dead Redemption. But most importantly, it got Game of the Year, and I think I've said it enough on this stream that I think it totally deserves it. I was really concerned that Red Dead Redemption 2 would be top of mind and get the popular vote, but God of War was just such an awesome game. I really think it was so cool. There was a couple moments in the show. They had the voice actors for Atreus and Kratos come out, and Atreus is like sitting there, and the voice actor for Kratos, he was like, "Read it, boy." It was so good. It's so good. He has such a good voice. I don't remember who got the best. Arthur Morgan got best voice actor. So maybe Red Dead did get 4 awards. So that's it for the awards. No. God of War also got Best Action Adventure Game and Best Game Direction. I definitely think taking it from the hack and slash game that button masher that it was into this more like RPG-esque, deliberately oriented brawler type game. Um, I think that was a really good direction. So congrats to God of War. Everybody worked on all the games that won Game Awards this year. So besides the Game Awards is also a platform for talking about video games that are coming out. The show started off with Microsoft, Nintendo, and Sony. Sean Layden, Phil Spencer, and Reggie Fils-Aimé, and I don't know how to say his last name. They were all on stage. They were talking about how it's really good, that gaming is about community and bringing people together. They totally said it in a way that I felt like they were teasing, but I don't think, but nothing came of it. But they just said gaming is a community. It's best when everybody's working together. And they were saying it in just a way that I thought they were gonna like announce like cross-platform, everybody can play every game, but that's never gonna happen because these are businesses that need to make money on exclusivity. But it was really cool to get them on the stage at the same time. Far Cry's new game, New Dawn, was teased like I think the day before, and then it came out. And then it was the big announce was that it's coming out February 15th next year. It I don't know what to make of this. I think it's a big. I think it's like a big DLC. Like Taken King-esque is what me and my coworkers have been talking about. Like it's going to be a big, game-changing, expansion that's going to add a lot of content to the game, but still be in the same. It's still not like a new game. I think it's just going to be Far Cry 5. But sold separately for $40 or something like that. But it's still going to be in the Far Cry world. I don't know if your character is going to reset or if you're going to if you're going to have the same progress that you had in Far Cry 5. I hope it's not that because I'm pretty sure I like maxed out or got everything I wanted. So that was Far Cry. Rage 2 also got a date. Rage 2 is coming out 5/14 next year. I'm actually pretty excited for it. Again, I'm still a Bethesda fanboy, and they didn't burn me on 76 like they burned a lot of other people. So still excited for Bethesda games, but I think it's going to give us that first-person open-world shooter experience that maybe a lot of people were expecting from 76. I like the color palette; looks very Mad Max video gamey. Probably because it's developed by the same people who developed Mad Max. But yeah, it looks really cool. I think it looks fun to play, and I'm excited for it. Supergiant has a new game. I like all of Supergiant's games. I don't have whatever the last one was. That was like sportsy. It was like the 3v3, throw the ball around, get it in the goal. I don't remember what that one was called. But I did love Transistor, even though I got it for free on PlayStation Plus. Loved Bastion. So a Fire or something. Anyway, super excited for Supergiant's new game, Hades, which looks very much like Transistor, but set in ancient Greece, and I'm excited for that kind of game. I always enjoy the 10 to 15 hour, 20-hour indie games as a break between between two blockbuster hits. We don't have a date for that one yet. Obsidian came out, and their new game looks awesome. It's called Outer Worlds, and it's Fallout in space. And they even start off with the trailer being like, from the original creators of Fallout and the ones who made New Vegas. And New Vegas is actually probably my favorite Fallout game. I like the originals, like 1 and 2. 3 and 4 are both really good. I like 76 for what it has and what it does. But I think New Vegas was my favorite between like the series of Fallout games that really brought it back to the forefront. Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas, and Fallout 4. I definitely like New Vegas more. I like the feel. I also like the Western. I like the Western feel that it has. The characters were zany. But 3 and 4 have their merits. So that was Obsidian's new game, Outer Worlds. And then BioWare teased the next Dragon Age game. We knew like a week before, or maybe a couple weeks before, that Dragon Age was going to be at the Game Awards, that an announcement was coming up, so it had to be at the Game Awards. And so we got like a 1-minute teaser. I don't know what any of the symbols mean, but there is a new Dragon Age coming out. We don't even have a date, and it's BioWare, and they're working on Anthem still. So I would assume that when Anthem launches, they're going to have a live team, and then the rest of the team are going to spin off and start building towards or help finish the product. So that should be cool. Yeah, so those are all the big ones. Oh, what am I thinking? Sorry, MK11, Mortal Kombat 11 came out. It had a super awesome trailer. It came out in the middle of the announcement for um, the sports and racing section Game Awards. It like broke in, they took over, and then the MK symbol came up with like a flash of lightning. But yeah, that's huge, right? Right. And it's coming out in April, so like a very short plan. We're gonna see it in less than 5 months, so it should be awesome. MK11 was also announced. Um, Great. Oh, what am I thinking? Smash Bros. Came out on Friday. And they had a big announcement at the Game Awards because they have Persona 5 Joker is going to be in the first character pack. I don't know if it's single characters in each pack or if it's a couple characters per pack. I bought the season pass for Smash Bros. But Joker was a big show-stopping number at the end of the Game Awards. Uh, so that's super cool. Smash Bros. Came out. It has a 93 Metacritic, which is super awesome, which means you should go out and get it. You should probably buy a Switch for it. If you haven't already bought a Switch, what are you doing? There's probably a couple on sale now that it's the Christmas time. So Smash Bros. Is out. I'm gonna be playing it right after right after this news report. But check it out. Smash Bros. Is awesome. There's a bunch of I have a couple of videos for showing all the ultimate moves. I've played it for a couple hours, and I think it is awesome. Played it with my friends. The You can create like a room for local people to jump into with their switches, so you can all just like switch and create a hotspot kind of thing going on, which is super awesome. Black Armory for Destiny 2 came out this week. The only thing I've heard about it is that the progression is pretty borked. I don't know what's wrong with it, but apparently it's like super grindy just to get like 1 or 2 light points, and like apparently the progression just spikes like super high, so you have to grind out these 1 or 2 light points to get like 30 light points before you can you know even have a snowball's chance in hell to get through the content. So that's the only thing I've heard about it. But Bungie has acknowledged this problem. I have an article about how they're fixing how Bungie is fixing the progression problem. So at least they're acknowledging it, and it's going to be fixed, which is why I'm waiting to play it. Also, I have Smash Bros. And Red Dead Redemption 2 to get through, so I'll definitely get back into Destiny 2, if I get back into Destiny 2, because I didn't buy the season pass. We'll see what the next DLC has for me. Great. Not related to the Game Awards. Prey 2, or no, Prey. Blah, blah, Prey 2. Prey multiplayer mode was live. I thought it went live a while back, but they have this new free, the Mimic Hunter, where a bunch of people are playing as mimics and they try and blend into the environment and then jump out and get you. Yeah, the new Prey multiplayer mode, Typhon Hunter, is out. It's free. It's another reason to dust off your copy of Prey. I never even finished the story, so I should definitely pop that in and get that going. So if you have Prey, you should definitely throw that in there and dust it off, and we can play multiplayer together. Last but not least, Black Ops 4 announced that for PC only, they are selling a copy of the game for $30 that doesn't include zombies. So it would just be the online multiplayer, and the blackout mode. So I think this is like, so I wrote in my report that like, is this a la carte? Is this what we asked for? It's cheap, and if you just want to get into blackout, it's $30 on PC. And if it's successful there, they might put it on other consoles for that price point. I guess this is what, I think I've been talking about a la carte gaming for a while, especially when it comes to Call of Duty games. I don't, if someone doesn't care for the single player campaign, they can just buy multiplayer. If they don't care for multiplayer, they can just buy the single player RPG or the single player campaign, which is probably how I would buy um, uh, Call of Duty games. I haven't bought a Call of Duty game in a while, and I don't really care for the storyline past Advanced Warfare. So, or at least I didn't care for it in Advanced Warfare and Infinite Warfare. So I don't know if I would buy it for Black Ops 4, but I like the Black Ops 4 campaign story that they were telling. So maybe I would if it were flipped. If it were $30 for zombies only, would I buy that? I don't know. But yeah, so it just brought up a bunch of questions of, we've been talking, or I and coworkers and people and gamers have been talking about a la carte gaming for a while, and is this the first step towards that? Maybe. But cool. So that was the video game news. That probably was a long portion, so I appreciate you sticking it out and being here. If you're watching this right now, then you're probably on my Twitch stream, and I appreciate you being here. If you're watching this later in the afternoon on Sunday, then you're probably watching it on my YouTube. Feel free to jump over to my Twitch and follow me there. Feel free to hit the subscribe button on YouTube. Thanks always for being here, and appreciate you. And if you think I missed anything this week, feel free to drop it in the comments below. Talk to me about video game news anytime you want, right here.